And welcome back to DG360. I told you, 3.10 all through next week, guys. New GrimHEX expansion. You can see it's a lot bulkier than it used to be. Home sweet home for me. On the back port side, opposite from the older landing pads that we're accustomed to on GrimHEX, where the apartments, I believe, used to be, are where the new hangars are at, and they did a hell of a job. It's just really nice to see all these new hangars here at GrimHEX, especially for us pirates. We needed them, and I think it's very well designed. It keeps along the lines of that industrialist kind of yar feel. They did have to bulk it up, I believe, in order to put all these hangars in here as far as the design, the artwork, but I really love the feel of this. I really do, and I love what they've done to Hex. We'll go inside. I'll give you a little bit of a tour, show you the new weapons that you can purchase here as well, and talk about gambling and talk about the ship races and what I would like to see and what's planned. It just looks very, it feels really tactile. Like right now, very visceral. You can see these doors shutting. It has a great feel to it overall. And the inside, really, I think they did a good job with what they had. They put the gambling spot exactly where I thought they were, next to the shop. But first, let's go in. We're going to talk to the bartender as well. But I want to show you when you come off these hangars exactly where you go, so you can kind of get situated here. You can see you come out the elevator doors from the hangar. In the back section, the promenade section, where you're accustomed to loading your ships, out here, and you can see that the loading terminals for your ships are now gone and vacant. You still have the door outside. You still have that door to the older landing pads. Let's go downstairs so you can guys get a feel of this expansion. It does feel bigger, and I'm very happy for the attention that SIG has put towards Hex. A lot of us have been asking for it for a while, so it did feel good in that respect to see Hex have some love put to it. Desperately needed.
Ease up, I'm in the middle of something.
Here you can see the bartender interactions. It was a little slow. Yeah, but it was neat to see like an NPC actually function like an NPC until the 30k era when I clicked that, and then nothing happened. So sorry guys, I don't have anything there for you right now for that. Let's go to the shop. I would have loved to see him pour the drink. 30k era, unfortunately. It's been very difficult to get in here. We can see the new ATSCAV sniper rifle. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correct. That was a bit pricey.
Why can't anyone put things back
and
where they
the
found
C54.
them? It's not my job to pick up after you.
Okay. The shopkeeper talks way too much. They need to tone that down. It's like every minute. Like really, we don't need him to talk that much. The new C54, and then you have the Uberov pistol. So these all take charges. The Tesla takes the charges. Obviously, the C54 takes submachine rounds. And you can see here directly from the shop where I bought these weapons. I'll test those in a future video so you guys can see those operate, and I'll give you my feelings on them. I haven't got to operate these yet, but this is great. This is what I have been asking for a while. We've done a lot of theory crafting with gambling. We want it in the game. We're seeing it just here now in its initial phases. This is very baby steps here. This is just like a placeholder. So again, nothing really functioning here now. We see the boards up to my left. You can see where the positioning poles, are for all the racers. You can see the racer name. We'll zoom in on that racer ship, like the type of ship and the status of that ship as they race. Whether we're going to be able to be mixed NPC and player races or just NPC, I would gather that they're going to just start NPC races to start. Then they'll implement like some type of gambling system where you can bet on the ships. And this will be in the future, obviously. But I love the layout, the schematics of it. It's got that old school kind of horse racetrack feel, And oh god, we saw the NPCs on Cheers for the first time this morning. Trying to log in numerous times. I've seen the NPCs on Cheers now, so I'm very upset because I haven't seen it up to this point. These look like the terminals that you will be able to eventually gamble on. That's what I'm guessing. Again, this is speculation, but you know, it's probably gonna be like a trading terminal when you turn it on, and be able to bet. You can see like limited seating, and then that really amazing view out there in the roid field is just really awe-inspiring. I love it. It's not as big as I was hoping, but it's not small. So, you know, obviously it's hex, so it's all gonna feel kind of like very off color and you know, very piratey. It's not gonna be grandiose, you know. It's not the design field they wanted to go for. I think they nailed it. I think they did a good job on this design. There's a vendor over here selling hot dogs, which is really cool. So, you know, like going back into the survivor mechanics that I really love. The survivor mechanics aren't overpowering, but they're there, which we'll talk about the connection to the economy in the future, and I've even talked about it on stream quite often. I thought that was actually a player for a second. Just standing there. And then you've got the kind of like a balcony area here with some couches, and you know, somebody's been playing cards on the table. Really would love to see poker in the game. You know, that again, I think that's something that's going to be planned. We're seeing a lot of games inside of the game, which is cool. Talked about that on the Microtech video, on the last video I did, where you saw the VR, which was the old Arena Commander module that used to step into your hangars. Thanks guys on the comments for letting me for getting me hip to that. I was like, oh yeah, they just repainted it, put a logo on it. You can see how big this is here. Like this is rather large from this viewpoint. And then there's also a place down below that I discovered, and you can see more terminals down there. But just to give you an idea of the immensity of this place, the lighting's very cool. Dig the lighting. And the NPCs are acting a little bit better. You know, like I saw an NPC walk through a door right there. They still need a lot of work, but I feel like they're acting a little bit better. Whether or not the work was put into the NPC pathing, I think something has happened in regards to that. Unfortunately, first case of seeing them standing on chairs today. So there's more terminals here. And these are slightly different looking. Flatter panels than the ones over here. These tend to look a little bit different than the ones over there, so I'm not quite sure if they're going to do the same thing or if they'll be different in any way. Maybe one is for entering a race and the other is for gambling on it. I'm not quite sure, but these are relatively new assets. I'm not used to seeing. And then you can see again, like closer looks at the boards everywhere. They'll show the racer name, racer ship, and you know, it's going to be very difficult. You see that roid field out there. For the NPCs to load up every time correctly, you're going to have additional assets in. We're going to talk about server issues. You know, these are things, the technicalities and the hurdles that are still in the way that might cause even more errors. Lots of 30K errors, like tons of 30K errors, but it is the PTU. You know, this is even more unstable than the PU. So for people not aware, the PTU is the public test universe. So we're in the first phase. So we're reporting all these bugs that are happening to us, and we're getting a heaping amount of 30K errors. Like the fact that I can even get in and show this to you guys is nearly impossible. Like it has been that hard to do. Here we have some more Trader Hall gambling slot machines that I really look forward to seeing operational. We saw those in Lorville, at the bar in Lorville. I was trying to get some type of other interactions out of NPCs. I did not get any, so I'm just kind of going around seeing what's new. This is the bottom section, so there's kind of like a lower subsection in this new expansion area for gambling. I think they really did, again, a really good job at carving out this and expanding it out and putting the hangars in all over. Very well done. Thanks everybody for supporting the channel. Thanks patrons and membership. More on the way. Love you guys. Today's video has been brought to you by the generous patrons of DG360 who make continued content possible. DG360 patrons enjoy monthly giveaways like Star Citizen packages, Steam gift cards, and any game that you want giveaways. Please consider donating $1 if in any way you enjoy DG360 content. And these difficult times where independent content creation is under attack from the FTC and left to die by YouTube, it's nice to know that I'm appreciated. Thank you.